Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up with KREM. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Tim Pham. We also want to welcome you in if you're watching us on KREM 2+. Let's get on over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Weather Center, keeping a close eye on your Tuesday forecast. Thomas, what's in store today? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. First of all, another chance for some patchy fog out there. But actually, I didn't have any frost on my car this morning, unlike yesterday, so I think it might be a bit less comparatively speaking, but there is obviously still that chance. Right now it is 28 degrees, cloudy skies being reported out at the airport. If there is any fog, it would be from about that location and westward. That's usually our trouble spots for the inland northwest, so that's what we're monitoring this morning. Otherwise, just a calm, cloudy, and cold morning, as most of our temperatures are in the upper 20s, a few spots just barely hanging on to 30 degrees.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning. Right now, you can see in this area there is no major traffic incidents or slowdowns happening right now, and it looks like the fog is not an issue here either. So we do keep a close eye on our traffic cameras and let you know if there's any trouble spots. We'll keep a close eye throughout the region to let you know what's going on before you head out the door. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. This morning, all lanes are back open on I-90 after a serious crash. A driver drove their car off the Hamilton exit ramp and onto the freeway. Our cameras were there. Take a look. It happened yesterday just before 6 p.m. in the middle of the rush hour commute. It caused major backups, closing one lane of the Hamilton off-ramp for about an hour. The Washington State Patrol says the driver of the car crashed over the rock wall at Arthur and 5th, landing on the freeway below. Troopers say no one was seriously hurt. This morning, we're learning more about what caused a small plane crash yesterday at Felts Field in Spokane Valley. Airport officials tell KREM 2 the pilot of a twin-engine plane landed just short of the runway. Only the pilot was on board and was not hurt. The airport returned to normal operations later in the evening. The NTSB is now investigating. It is 6:03. Let's take a look at today's top stories. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office officially launched its real-time crime center. The center is expected to improve public safety and is the first of its kind in Washington state. The center uses what's called Flock, a license plate reading system that alerts the center and deputies when a vehicle of interest is spotted. The center also uses mobile camera systems, which are retired patrol cars with cameras mounted on top. We're getting new numbers this morning from the Spokane Police Department's one-month emphasis on downtown. The CORE program ended in October. They focused on crime hotspots in downtown, including 2nd and Division. Police Chief Kevin Hall says downtown represents only 0.5% of the city's total land area, but disproportionately represents trespassing and drug offenses. Chief Hall says of the 190 contacts made during the one-month program, only 13 people accepted treatment for things like addiction. This morning, police are trying to find out who vandalized the Plymouth Congregational Church in Spokane. Church officials say the vandals spray painted an electronic sign that read, "We stand with Israel," covering it with the word genocide. Church leaders tell KREM 2 they're not going to let the vandalism stop them from supporting Israel. The vandalism happened sometime before service on Sunday morning. Church officials reported the vandalism to police and are working to fully clean up the sign. They've since changed the message to read, "We still stand with Israel." That's a look at this morning's top stories. This morning, we're following up with a story we've followed for years. Spokane City Council members are concerned about a proposed development on nearly 200 acres of land in Latah Valley. The land near West Thorpe Road is currently owned by DNR. Blue Fern Development plans to build around 1,000 homes, on that site with space for parks, fire stations, and civic centers. While the company argues the development is needed for the community, many council members believe the land should be preserved for its natural value and potential for nature education.
Looking at the animal tracks and really recognizing that this is a wildlife corridor.
The Spokane City Council voted 5-2 to delay the decision and explore the best use for the land. Continuing coverage this morning, some Idaho public universities are deciding to close or restructure their diversity, equity, and inclusion offices. Yesterday in the Idaho State Capitol, the DEI committee heard ideas from the State Board of Education Regarding resources at public universities, right now, part of the drafted resolution states if passed, there will be no DEI in central offices or policies. Several Boise State students sat in the committee meeting and commented on why the offices should not be cut.
We are housed under these centers, and these are things that I come as a second home to me, as a place of community, in a state where I don't really see people like me a lot that aren't on the football team.
Idaho State University has already restructured DEI resources on their campus, and the University of Idaho initially said it would dissolve its equity and diversity unit, but has since said they will hold off on closing those offices. Again, this resolution remains in draft form and has not passed as of now.
It is 6:06 as we take you to our outdoor weather center, just monitoring a chance for fog this morning. As we see a half-mile visibility in Spokane, now just some small reductions in visibility over Coeur d'Alene. But I want to add an observation as I stand out here. In the studio lights, I can actually tell that there's a bit of this like flurry / snow mist that is in the air. So whether that moisture is materializing as fog or maybe a bit of this mist outside, it might go either way for this morning. So mine maybe actually some wet spots or some black ice spots, because if this snow mist starts making things a bit more wet on the ground, it's just going to freeze because our temperatures are below the freezing mark right now. We're at 29 at the moment here in Spokane, and it is going to stay cloudy all day long today. So our temperature is really no better than about 34 or 35.